east of Richton to 4 miles south of Purvis, moving east at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Wiglands, Bluesdale, Leakesville, Beaumont, and McLean. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 3:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Mississippi: George, Greene, Perry, and Stone. The following weather reports were made at 2 p.m. Mobile Regional Airport, skies were partly sunny. The temperature was 90 degrees, the dew point was 72, and the relative humidity was 55%. This produces a heat index of 97. The wind was west at 8 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.88 inches and falling. Downtown Mobile, at Berkeley Field, skies were partly sunny. The temperature was 92 degrees, the dew point was 71, and the relative humidity was 50%. This produces a heat index of 98. The wind was southwest at 8 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.89 inches and falling. The following is a summary of watches, warnings, and advisories in effect. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 3:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following county: George, Mississippi. Severe thunderstorm watch number 343 remains in effect until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Alabama, Baldwin and Mobile, and the following counties in Mississippi: George and Jackson, and the following marine locations: Mississippi Sound, coastal waters from Pascagoula, Mississippi to Stake Island out 20 nautical miles, North Mobile Bay, South Mobile Bay, Mississippi Sound, Alabama, Perdido Bay area, and coastal waters from Pensacola, Florida to Pascagoula, Mississippi out 20 nautical miles. This is NOAA Weather Radio from the Mobile, Pensacola National Weather Service. The current time is 2:58 p.m. Central Daylight Time. The National Weather Service in Mobile has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for George County in southeastern Mississippi, southern Perry County in southeastern Mississippi, southern Greene County in southeastern Mississippi, northeastern Stone County in southeastern Mississippi, until 3:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 2:38 p.m. Central Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 5 miles east of Richton to 4 miles south of Purvis, moving east at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Wiglands, Bluesdale, Leakesville, Beaumont, and McLean. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 3:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Mississippi: George, Greene, Perry, and Stone. The following weather reports were made at 2 p.m. Mobile Regional Airport, skies were partly sunny. The temperature was 90 degrees, the dew point was 72, and the relative humidity was 55%. This produces a heat index of 97. The wind was west at 8 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.88 inches and falling. Downtown Mobile, at Berkeley Field, skies were partly sunny. The temperature was 92 degrees, the dew point was 71, and the relative humidity was 50%. This produces a heat index of 98. The wind was southwest at 8 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.89 inches and falling. The following is a summary of watches, warnings, and advisories in effect. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 3:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following county: George, Mississippi. Severe thunderstorm watch number 343 remains in effect until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Alabama, Baldwin and Mobile, and the following counties in Mississippi: George and Jackson, and the following marine locations: Mississippi Sound, coastal waters from Pascagoula Agola, Mississippi to Stake Island out 20 nautical miles, North Mobile Bay, South Mobile Bay, Mississippi Sound, Alabama, Perdido Bay area, and coastal waters from Pensacola.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream here. Hopefully you guys are having a good day here. Welcome. We have some severe storms ongoing right now for Mississippi and Alabama and some areas of Louisiana right now too. Seeing some severe thunderstorm warnings. We also just got an outlook update, so I will have to update the enhanced risk is now slight risk, as I thought they probably would do that, but I kept it on here just in case they did keep the enhanced risk here. So the new update just came out here, so I will update all that here in just a few minutes. But let's move on to WSV3 here. Okay, here we are. So here's WSV3. So right now we do have a few severe thunderstorm warnings, severe thunderstorm watch, actually a new one for Louisiana here. In the last little bit we got a new severe thunderstorm watch. So the newest one is severe thunderstorm watch 344. This is till 9 p.m. tonight. Not much hail is really expected according to the watch information. It says 0 inch hails, max hail. Max wind gusts potentially 70 miles per hour. So, and moving at 40 miles per hour and not a PDS. Then over here, this watch from earlier, severe thunderstorm watch 343 till 8 p.m. tonight. Not much hail expected. Max wind gusts up to 70 mile per hour winds and moving at 46 miles per hour and not a PDS here on that watch. So we're going to have to watch these storms. Right now I believe we only have 60 mile per hour wind storms so far. But we will have to watch here. Oh, actually we have 70 mile per hour wind storm actually in Louisiana. So let's check out this storm first here in a second once I get loaded up here. Then we're going to talk about the next few days also in today's stream here. So we're going to get this loaded in. 70 mile per hour winds, 1.5 inch hail is possible, making a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. So I'm going to real quick here, I'm going to change our enhanced risk to a slight risk because it has just been downgraded here to a slight risk here for the rest of today, so I will update that just real quick here. Let me do that real quick. Sorry about that, guys. Didn't know for sure if it would be downgraded or not. Okay, there we go. Fixed there. So we do have, though, a slight risk still for today. That still means scattered storms are possible. There's no PDS. I said there's no PDS, and there's no PDS here. But we do have a 70 mile per hour wind storm. That's considerable here. For areas of Louisiana, it looks like heading toward Ville Platte maybe here. It's close to Deer Diver or something like that here. We do have that severe thunderstorm warning ongoing with 70 mile per hour winds. That's some big winds going on with that storm there. So you will have to watch out if you're on that storm here. 1.5 inch hail, even though they said not much hail is possible. They have a less than 5% chance of hail today. So, we'll check out the storm here in just a second here. Trying to get everything updated here on the stream. So, because the Outlook update just came out. It always comes out at 3 o'clock, and whenever I started my stream, it was enhanced risk here. So, trying to update everything here. So, okay, so there's a 70 mile per hour windstorm here. We're watching very closely here in Louisiana. There's potentially 70 mile per hour winds here. So, we will have to watch this closely. Okay, I should be done updating here. So, there we go. 70 mile per hour winds, 1.5 inch hail for 9 more minutes here. This is a considerable tagged storm. 1.5 inch hail, like I said. Let's check out our velocity, if there's any rotation with this. There isn't too big of a risk of tornadoes today. We'll look just in case. Nothing really too concerning. Maybe something right in there, but not too concerning there. Let's check out our mean hail size. See how much hail we have with the storm. According to the information, it says 1.5. Yeah, there is about quite a bit of hail here, maybe even up to 2 inches according to the radar here near Rose Pine, maybe getting close to 2 inches in diameter of hail here. So you will have to watch this storm if you're in the path of this here. We also have 70-mile-per-hour winds potentially with this storm. So let's look at our downdraft gust potential, see how much gusts here with the storm. Miss Yemi said I'm in the watch of Florida. Okay, we'll look over there in just a few minutes here. I want to check out this storm first because it has 70-mile-per-hour winds, but I'll go check out your area in just a little bit here. And it shows about maybe 50 to 60-mile-per-hour winds. I'm not quite seeing 70-mile-per-hour winds, unless that was observed here, but up to 60, maybe even 70, according at least to the warning information here. 70-mile-per-hour winds, and that was radar indicated here. So you'll have to watch that if you're in this warning, or we could have 70-mile-per-hour winds going on. We also have a special weather statement just northeast of this here, with 30-mile-per-hour winds, a little bit of hail with that one. Here, let's go over here to Alabama here. Go over here to Alabama. See what's going on over here. This is gonna head toward Florida here, so why me? You will have to watch this line of storms here as it gets close to your area. That's going to get close to your area here. So there's the storm here, 60-mile-per-hour winds. This one has, let's see, 60-mile-per-hour winds, 1 inch hail here. Let's check out our rotation. Not quite seeing anything on the rotation here. See, we're picking up on velocity, 50-mile-per-hour winds potentially with that storm down here. Let's check our hail, see how much hail we may have with this. Our biggest hail looks to be near Jackson, Alabama. This is Jackson, Alabama. Here, potentially up to an inch of hail being possible with this, it looks like here. So you may see an inch with this storm here. But this storm down here, we're not really seeing much hail with. Here, let's check out our gust potential with this storm here. Amy said, any tornado yet today? I believe there was a tornado warning earlier near Jackson, Mississippi. But other than that, I haven't really got too many reports or anything of tornadoes. At least I haven't heard of any reports of tornadoes today. There isn't too big of a risk of tornadoes today, but there's a risk of maybe 1 or 2, but there's only a 2% chance of tornadoes, and that's pretty low for today. So we're not expecting too many tornadoes. That's a good thing here. And we're not seeing any big risk of tornadoes, so that's good. But we're potentially having up to 65-mile-per-hour wind gusts being possible, even 67 it's showing. Close to Jackson, Alabama here. So you could be seeing some damaging winds with this storm here. So you will have to watch that if you're in the path of this storm. Let's see the storm down here. See how many mile-per-hour wind gusts are possible. Up to 50 here I'm seeing. Not quite 60, but we'll watch that for sure. So as this heads into Alabama here, we have this severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, let's move back to reflectivity. And here's Mobile, and then Florida's over here. You guys are going to have to watch this line of storms here. It could weaken before it gets to your area, but you will have to watch that very, very closely as it gets close to your guys' area there. Because this still has 60-mile-per-hour winds and maybe getting up to 70. So, but we're not expecting as big of a threat as we saw last night or a few nights before. It's a lower end event here. It's now a slight risk here of severe weather, but you can still see severe weather and a slight risk. So just have a way to get alerts in this area. These storms look like they're kind of weakening here, because it was actually a lot stronger earlier. I believe there were 70-mile-per-hour winds with these earlier. So I believe so. This, though, line of storms has potentially 70-mile-per-hour winds here in Louisiana here. And these storms look like they've recently developed. So we'll come back to this storm here with 70-mile-per-hour winds, 1.5 inch hail. It looks like they extended this a little more southeast here, hanging close to Basil, Kinder there. Michael said hello. Hello, Michael. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're having a good day. So, but we do have this storm continuing here for, it looks like getting close to Kinder there. I'm not seeing many cities in this warning, but we'll have to watch it. Let's check out our base velocity. I didn't see any rotation, really, other than this area maybe, but nothing too concerning. I want to see what it picks up here on the velocity. On the velocity, it picks up, oh yeah, 68 mile per hour winds here being picked up here. I think I even just a minute, yeah, 70 mile per hour winds being picked up on velocity. So there could be 70 mile per hour winds going on with this storm heading toward Oakdale or Belen. Here you want to be prepared, especially in Oakdale. Looks like the 70 mile per hour winds here is heading toward. Amy said there's a slight risk for day 3 and a 15% chance for day 4, and now there's a chance tomorrow. Yes, there is a chance of severe weather. I told you guys day 3 will probably be upgraded to marginal risk, and it did happen, unfortunately. And then on day 3 we do have a slight risk, and then day 4 we have a 15% chance of severe weather, so we don't really get a break. So we continue on with severe weather again here over the next few days, and we're going to go over that in just a few minutes here. I just wanted to view this storm one more time here. We'll go over it here in a second. Let's see here. Okay, let's see what's going on here. We have some hail going on up to, let's say, 1.6 here, maybe even up to close to 2 inches, like I said, here east of Dearder. I cannot say that correctly there, but 2.3 being indicated by the radar here, so there is some bigger hail with the storm here. So if you're in the path of this, stay safe here with this storm. Let's check our downdraft gust potential. And then Michael said, I'm literally working, listening to you in my earbuds. Well, hopefully you're not working too hard there, or hopefully you're working hard, but hopefully it's nothing too hard, whatever you're working on there. I was working earlier on the class, so that's why I wasn't live earlier, because I was working on the class. I had an assignment I still had to finish earlier. So if I was able to go live maybe a little earlier, I may have, but well, I wasn't able to with the assignment. I had to write like almost close to an essay, on whatever assignment I had there. But 57 mile per hour winds according to the gust, but I think there's potentially 70 mile per hour winds with this, so even though it's showing lower values here on the downdraft gust potential, it looks like, though, there is about 70 mile per hour winds with this. Then 60 it shows over here in this area, so we are going to see some damaging winds with the storm. 70 mile per hour winds can cause a lot of damage here, so that's why you still want to probably take cover with 70 mile per hour winds here. So 70 mile per hour winds can still cause a lot of damage here, so stay safe if you're on this storm. Okay, let's start viewing the next few days. So we're going to watch this storm. We'll come back to this in a little bit here. I also have these storms back here in Alabama and Mississippi here. So let's move to our categorical outlook for today. Hopefully it's updated here. I'm pretty sure it probably is, but okay, there it is. So we did have an enhanced risk earlier that included Jackson and quite a few areas over here. They've been taken off the risk because the line has already moved out of those areas here. Also, Michael said, I bet that storm with 70 mile per hour winds is the best chance to have a tornado. Yeah, it's a possibility. It probably would be the best chance. Here, our tornado threat. Let's see what our tornado threat is here. See where our tornado threat is for today. Oh, whoops. Did not mean to do that. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that here. Accidentally messed up my thing here. So let me fix that real quick here. I don't know why it did that. Okay, there we go. Fixed. Okay, there we go. Now let's see our tornado threat like I was trying to do before it got messed up. And yeah, we do have about a 2% chance here of tornadoes where that storm is. So you could still see a brief tornado or two. This goes all the way down to New Orleans here. You could have 2% chance of tornadoes. So meaning a tornado or two is possible. Even Mobile, Milton, Panama City, Pensacola, Mobile. They're in that 2% chance of tornadoes here. I'm a construction worker. Wow, I can do construction myself. I do not want to do construction in the future, but hopefully good. I put roads and new sidewalks. Well, that's good there. That's a great job you do there. I couldn't do construction. That's something I do not want to do in the future. It would be an office job I would do in the future. I couldn't do construction. Because we had our house here. We moved here, built a house, and I couldn't do the construction they did on our house and stuff. I couldn't do construction. Definitely not one of the things I would like to do, but it's good doing that though. But like I said though, marginal risk here from Louisiana over here to Florida here of severe weather. That's a 1 out of 5 on our scale. We did have an enhanced risk like I said earlier. They did take that off and they put it as a slight risk now for these areas. The enhanced risk didn't go all the way down in this area anyway, but still, Michael said you get a great amount of money out. Well, I'm sure you do. But I don't want to do construction. For sure I don't want to do. But New Orleans right now, Donald said. So right now, they're in New Orleans. You do have a risk of severe weather. Let me see what's going on at the moment there. There is a few storms to the northeast of you right now. I'm watching this. This could get toward New Orleans here. But right now, they're in New Orleans. You guys are not under a watch. You guys are not under a watch. We'll check out what it looks like here in New Orleans after it loads here. Take a minute here. Always takes a minute. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Okay, there it is. So you're going to have to watch this. There's some special weather statements. Those are basically lower end severe thunderstorm warnings. They do not go off on your weather radio, but you can still have 40 to 50 mile per hour winds with a special weather statement. So they issue them for maybe up to 40 to 50 mile per hour winds or very small hail. And we do see that going on near Hammond, close to Donaldsonville here. We do see a line of storms here, but it's not severe as of now. But there are some stronger storms with potentially 40 mile per hour winds here. So you will have to watch those storms as they get close to you. But as of right now, they are not severe for an area there in New Orleans. You guys are under the slight risk for today. That's a 2 out of 5 on our scale here for severe weather here, so you will have to watch for some scattered storms here, scattered, short-lived here, and a few maybe being intense, but the storms just northeast or north of you don't look too bad to me at least. So Michael said I love it. Well, that's good that you love it. Drew said, do you think do you think that tomorrow will school get upgraded? Do you think the Outlook, you mean? Do you mean the Outlook, Drew? Because there's a probably decent possibility that we probably will have it be upgraded, most likely. Because it is quite a large marginal risk. So we also have a 2% chance of tornadoes tomorrow. It probably will get upgraded here. I believe there's been I don't know how long we've had slight risk, but we've had slight risk for quite a few days here. So we will have to watch tomorrow because there is a marginal risk and it can be upgraded here. It's a possibility. Okay, let's see here. Marginal risk, like I said, from Louisiana to Florida. There's also the slight risk here for Louisiana over here to Florida here. That's 2 out of 5 scattered storms. Short-lived, a few being intense. The marginal risk, isolated storms, and short-lived here in that area. Let's check out our individual risks. The tornado risk we looked at here, but we'll look at it again here. This is the area where we could see maybe a tornado or two here for Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida, where you could see a tornado or two, so stay safe. If you're in that green region, you could still see a tornado or two. Like the other day, I had 2% chance of tornadoes here, and we saw we saw 4 tornadoes, actually, I think, touched down around my area, and we only had a 2% chance of tornadoes. So, that's why you need to be prepared, just in case something like that does happen here in this area. They weren't big tornadoes. They were on the ground just for a little while, but they weren't on the ground very long. They weren't those long track tornadoes, but if you are in 2% chance, you will have to watch for sure here, especially if you're in this area for maybe a tornado or two being possible. Your hail risk for today is a less than 5% chance here. We are seeing some hail already going on in Louisiana, so. And then our wind chance for today is a 5% from Louisiana to Florida here, and then our 15% chance from Louisiana to Florida here of damaging wind. So the main risk for today is damaging wind, but we may see a little bit of hail going on. There isn't too much of a risk for hail today, at least the SPC thinks. The day 2 outlook, just remember yesterday this was just a general thunderstorms risk. Now we have a marginal risk here, or actually a pretty large area from Montana all the way down here to Missouri and Kansas here. We do see a marginal risk of severe weather for tomorrow. Our tornado risk for tomorrow is right in this area, actually, in Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, and Missouri here. We do have a 2% chance of tornadoes, where a tornado or two is possible here. So keep in mind, like what I said here, I had a 2% the other day, and I had a few tornadoes. So if you're in this area, just have a way to get alerts. Let's check out our hail outlook. We do have a 5% chance from Montana, Wyoming, all the way down to Missouri and Kansas. And our wind threat is a 5% chance for the exact same areas here. So we do have a marginal risk for tomorrow, and we probably will see some sort of upgrade probably in this, because this is quite a large marginal risk. We probably will have some sort of slight risk, for tomorrow, and probably will be somewhere in here probably, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there. And then let's check out our day 3 outlook. The day 3 outlook, it doesn't move very much. It goes maybe just a little more south, but a lot of areas that were in it for day 2 are in it again for day 3 here. So there's a marginal risk up here in Montana. It now includes North Dakota all the way down here, and it actually includes areas of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky here. That's a 1 out of 5 isolated storms possible. Then we have a slight risk here for Nebraska, South Dakota, Wyoming, and Montana for day 3. That's 2 out of 5. Kind of like what we're seeing today. Scattered storms possible, short-lived, and a few being intense here. And this is 3 days out, so this could easily be upgraded to enhanced risk in a few days if they really wanted to add that in there. So you will have to watch that. Then our day 4 outlook, this is where it kind of changes here. So there's only 3 categories here for day 4 through 8. There's a no risk category, 15% risk category, and a 30% chance category. 15% chance basically equals a slight risk of severe weather. A 30% chance basically equals a enhanced risk of severe weather here. So we have 15% chance here for Wyoming all the way up here to some areas of Minnesota here. So basically a slight risk here. Areas of Rapid City, Bismarck, and Fargo. Scattered storms could be possible here, and this could easily be upgraded in a few days here. So continue to watch this for sure up here in Bismarck, Rapid City, Fargo here. So for, I believe this is Monday or Tuesday next week here. So this is, I believe, Monday actually. So you will have to watch this up in these areas. I'll probably be live or have a video or something that day here. So I'll try my best to be live here that day. Okay, let's see. Where do you work? Where do I work? I do not actually work anywhere right now. I'm still in school here. I'm going to be going to high school here this fall. And it'll be my first year in high school. I'm a little scared here. So, and I'm actually doing a driving class to get ready for driving. But I don't work anywhere right now. So, but in a few years I could. Drew said yes. Do you think that'll get upgraded? And if it does, what there is for tomorrow. The problem that my friend is that I'm not sure if conduction will stay until for the overnight hours that will be in the southern extent of the region. I'm trying to read that for sure so I can make sure here. I'm watching tomorrow though that there probably will be a slight risk issued. I'll look here at the models real quick here. But I saw there was going to be quite a few storms here for the area where they have that 2% chance of tornadoes for tomorrow. That's, I think, the most likely area for probably slight risk. But it looks like we could see a few storms. Maybe, looks like here. This is the newest update, actually. The 18Z I'm actually looking at because I forgot they updated it here. So it looks like tomorrow here we're going to see quite a few storms develop here. Areas in Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, and Iowa. So think the best area for slight risk would be either Wyoming, Montana, or South Dakota, or Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, and Iowa. Either those two areas, probably for tomorrow, will be the best chance of seeing a slight risk here. So it looks like either this area over here, close to, or this area over here, I think would be the best area to seeing a slight risk here, maybe for tomorrow. So, I meant the convective outlook there. SPC outlook said there's not 100% chance of that connection will stay. I talk about tomorrow's event. For tomorrow's event, let me see what's going on. So which event are you talking about? You talk about tomorrow's event, Drew? But Grace said, what about Minnesota tomorrow? So you're by Minneapolis, right? I believe you were. So today you don't have a risk, obviously, here. Just general thunderstorms. That's no severe weather risk here. Tomorrow, you guys do not have a risk. Maybe here in southwestern Minnesota here. But your area up here in Minneapolis, there's no risk. Then day 3, you have no risk here. General thunderstorms. Southwest, though, Minnesota could see a marginal risk. That's isolated storms. And then day 4, our best chance here will not include Minneapolis, but it will be northwest in northwest Minnesota there. So you guys really aren't expecting a risk here in Minneapolis. Oh, the convection will stay. Yeah, I'll have to let me look at that for tomorrow, right? You're talk about tomorrow, right? Talk about tomorrow. There's quite a bit of cape here tomorrow. Unless if we're talking up there in Montana, there isn't very much tomorrow. There is quite a bit though of cape according to what it shows. But we'll see. I don't know for sure if you're talking about tomorrow or not, but yeah, there's a possibility though tomorrow may get upgraded. I think the best chance would be this area here, because there isn't very much cape up in this area for tomorrow. But we're going to get back to today's severe weather. We won't focus on today's severe weather. And tomorrow, you will have to watch, because there is a risk tomorrow potentially. But I did want to mention the risk of severe weather here. So let's now look at here this storm, this 70 mile per hour windstorm here. 1.5 inch hail is considerable. Okay, so let's check out the storm, see how much wind gusts we still have on this storm, because remember earlier we did have close to 70 mile per hour winds with this. According to the velocity, at least, it looks like it has actually went down a little bit. Potentially, let me look over here. These areas, it looks like it's gone down a little bit. Still up to 60 mile per hour winds, so that'll be impossible. So you will have to watch this here. Up to maybe 60 mile per hour winds will be impossible. I'm not quite seeing 70 mile per hour winds here on the velocity. But still something to watch. Let's check out our hail. We could have up to close to 2 inches in diameter of hail according to the radar here. So you will have to watch if you're toward the storm. There could be some bigger hail, especially heading toward Oberlin here. We may have a little bit of small hail just south of Glen Mora here. You could see a little bit of hail there. Looks like near Oakdale, though, we're not seeing as much hail going on. Then if we check out our gust potential, our downdraft gust potential here, see how much gusts we have potential with this storm. And let's see here, around maybe 60. It shows maybe, well, actually it shows maybe up to 67 here. Don't know for sure about that, but you should talk about tomorrow. They put in the discussion that they're not 100 play. Don't know if the convection will stay. For that area tomorrow, the area for Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, and Iowa. Yeah. Something we'll have to watch. Because let me look at the last few updates there. So we'll have to watch that tomorrow, because there will be a risk of severe weather. Okay, like I was saying though, potentially maybe getting up to 70. It looks like the best chance looks to be over here, at least according to downdraft gust potential. So gust maybe up to 70 being possible here with this storm. So T to watch this for sure if you're in the warning, because it still has 70-mile-per-hour winds on here according to the warning information. So, and I'm seeing that on the velocity at least 60-mile-per-hour winds being picked up. So, something you'll have to watch if you're on that warning. Let's see. We have actually a new warning actually here. We're getting close to New Orleans, so that's very interesting. Warning here on this storm. 60-mile-per-hour winds, winch, hail here. This looks like it may just go north of New Orleans here, but it'll get close. Let me see here. If we play the reflectivity and see where it's going to go here. Okay, the reflectivity is not wanting to load here. But it looks like, according to what it shows on the track here, it looks like it probably will miss New Orleans, but barely here. 60-mile-per-hour winds, wind chill with the storm here, according to what it shows. Let's check out our mean hail size here. And then, yeah, I'm seeing about an inch here, potentially of hail, 1.1 being picked up here on our radar. So that's why it's put as 1 inch hail possible. Let's check out our gusts with this storm. And this takes always a little bit to load. Okay, let's see. And it picks up here, I don't know, about 70-mile-per-hour winds. I think up to maybe 65-mile-per-hour winds are possible with this. According to what shows on here, maybe up to 70, but I don't know about that here. Maybe up to 65 here you may see with gusts, but I don't know. I don't think it'll be quite up to 70 here. So, and then our velocity, I do not see any rotation here. So that's good news too. Don't see any rotation here. So that's good news. So we do have that new severe thunderstorm warning. New Orleans, you will have to watch that, but it looks like it will go just north of you maybe. It's really hard to tell. It's going to get very close to you though. Very close. So we do have some other thunderstorms right here. Want to watch some of those being picked up here. Not much hail with those. And a special weather statement on the storm northeast of this severe thunderstorm warning. That did have, according to what showed, 70-mile-per-hour winds. Okay, let's check out near Mobile here. It looks like one of the severe thunderstorm warnings was able to expire here. So southwest of the severe thunderstorm warning. But we do still have this severe thunderstorm warning for Jackson, Monroeville, Beat Rice here. I know Beat Rice is in Nebraska too. Grove Hill here. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning. 60-mile-per-hour winds, winch, hail here. Check out our rotation just to see if there's any rotation on this. I'm not really seeing too much of anything. Maybe something right in there, but nothing too much with this. Let's check out our mean hail size here. And we're seeing, about an inch here in hail in brief spots here. So we see there's quite a few isolated spots here. We see an inch of hail. So we see one heading toward, it looks like Monroeville. The one north there looks like it weakened a little bit. The one east of this area too looks like weakened a little bit in the hail. So that's good. Let's check out our gusts, damaging wind gusts. Check our damaging wind gusts according to radar at least. Take a minute here. And we'll see potentially here. So close to, according to what it shows here, around 65-mile-per-hour winds possible here. So yeah, about 60-mile-per-hour winds possible with the line here. then it looks like the storm's out in front, maybe around 60 to 65. So according to what it shows here, potentially gusts. We will have to watch those near Monroe, beat Rice here, and close to Oakville there. And then some small hail going on, maybe up to an inch, so quarter size here for some of these cells that have developed out in front of this line here. And then here in Florida, right now, you guys are not seeing anything. We'll have to watch this line, but as of right now, the line is pretty weak with some special weather statements, but no severe thunderstorm warnings in effect as of now. Mobile, right now, looks like a special weather statement is close to you guys, but not quite including the city there. So, we will have to watch some of these still stronger storms here. Not quite severe, but still strong, up to 40-mile-per-hour winds. Maybe even 50-mile-per-hour winds possible with those. So stay safe if you're on those storms. We're going to go back to this storm here in Louisiana, because that's where we have 70-mile-per-hour winds right now on. Our only storm that has 70-mile-per-hour winds, I believe. We have 4 total severe thunderstorm warnings. And then 16 special weather statements. That's quite a few special weather statements there. So, let's check out this storm. Looks like we may have some hail in there. It looks like, at least according to reflectivity. Let's see how much in winds we have here according to the velocity. 61 there I saw. Here according to velocity here, 58. So we see some pretty strong wind gusts there. Check out our main hail size. And we're potentially having 2-inch hail maybe. You know that area that I just talked about on reflectivity? It shows maybe up to 2.5 here. 2.7 I think I saw just a minute ago. So quite some big hail is possible with this storm here. 2.8 there. So we see some big hail going on with this storm. So some big hail is heading toward, let's see what areas. Rees, Kinder here, and then Oberlin. Watch the storm very closely because it's going to get very close to your guys' area. So, we'll have to watch this. Let's check out our wind gusts also. Here. Still shows 70-mile-per-hour winds. I want to check here if they updated the hail. So far, 1.5-inch hail still. And let's see how much winds do we have. According to what it shows, 62 here. So it looks like about 60 here. I'm not quite seeing 70 here on our gusts. 65 there. So it shows 65, maybe getting up to 70. We'll have to watch that on this storm. And big hail. Big hail up to 2 inches in diameter. At least according to the radar here. So you will have to watch that very, very closely. So there's a severe thunderstorm warning. T to watch that. 70-mile-per-hour winds. Maybe up to 2-inch hail is possible according to the radar. But that doesn't always mean there's 2-inch hail with this. But according to the radar, it shows there is. So if you guys have any questions, let me know here. I'd like to answer any of your guys' questions. I don't know how long I'll be here today. I probably won't be here as long as I did yesterday. But we'll see. We'll see how long I'm here today. If you guys have any questions, though, let me know in the chat. About any locations or anything, that I can look up a location on Google Maps and tell your forecast if you want me to. And I'm going to look at the storm that's looks like going to go north of New Orleans. The one with 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch hail. So we're going to check out that storm. So this storm here potentially has 60-mile-per-hour winds, 1-inch hail here. Look at our mean hail size, probably still about an inch. Well, actually, it's actually weakened a little bit here, according to what it shows here. Check out our winds with this. I'm sure if our hail weakened, I'm sure our winds probably weakened too. So we'll see here when it loads. And we have about 60, 63 in here. So up to 60, 62. So possibly 60 to 65 mile per hour wind gusts are possible with the storm here. So keep that in mind if you're on that storm here. That 60-mile-per-hour winds are possible. Gusts here. So if you're on that storm, there could be around 65-mile-per-hour wind gust, 60 to 65, and then small hail. Very small. Looks like smaller than quarter size. There. Then we have a few of these storms that are strong here, 40-mile-per-hour winds here, with those special weather statements here. We also have this storm here. Let's check out this storm. Doesn't have a warning on it as of now, but let's check out, see if it's getting stronger here. Not much hail. See how many wind gusts we have on this. Potentially, according to what it shows here, gusts may be up to 60 with this storm. 50 to 60, so I'm surprised they didn't at least put a special weather statement on that. Some maybe 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So then we have that warning still going for Alabama here. Are there any actually warnings for... Okay, there is a warning here in Florida. I was wondering why it showed on Tornado HQ. Let's check out this storm here. Okay, Jacksonville, there's a radar site. So let's check out this storm here in Florida. Because there is a storm, it looks like, here in Florida. With potentially 60-mile-per-hour winds, wind, hail here. This is till 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. And then we check our base velocity, no rotation. Let's check our mean hail size. It shows actually a little bit of hail up to maybe 0.8. About to head out to the coast here. And then our wind gust here, if it decides to load. Okay, no, it's not loading. Oh, there. Okay, that is weird. That's weird. Okay, sorry about that. Sometimes the radar likes to be weird, like right now. If that was true, that would be a strong thunderstorm there. Downdraft. Okay, there it is. There it is. Finally got pulled up. Okay, let's see how much wind gusts we have here. And it looks like the most amount of wind gusts looks to be going off the coast, maybe up to 60-mile-per-hour winds being possible, but it looks like the worst of the wind gusts have probably went off the coast by now, but still some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts possible here as this storm heads off the coast here. Maybe a little bit of hail, not very much hail though. Not very much. And there's some special weather statements here in southern Florida. Okay, let's check out the storm here in Alabama. We'll check out this storm here, see if it's changed very much. So, we'll check that out. Take a minute here. So, hopefully you guys are having a good day here. Let's check out this storm. Let's see what's going on with this. So, base velocity, see if there's any rotation or anything. Actually, there may be a little bit of something there. Will that Mississippi line hit Montgomery, Alabama, or dissipate? Let me see here. So, it looks like here the storms are going to go south of you, at least the strong storms. It looks like it's going to go south of you, though. But you may see some of this rain back here that I'm seeing. Check that here. Check. Right, so you may see a little bit of rain, maybe a little bit of heavier rain, unless if it dissipates there. So you will have to watch that heavier rain, so that may make it to Montgomery, it looks like. But the severe storms, the strong to severe storms, is right now not expected to get to your area, because you guys are in the general thunderstorms. The biggest risk is down this area here near Mobile and Pensacola. So you guys don't have to worry about these severe thunderstorms. You may have a little bit of rain here, maybe, if that doesn't dissipate there. This shows a little bit of rain may head toward you. Maybe a little bit of heavy rain there. But not severe weather. I'm sure you'd rather have rain than severe weather. Okay, let's check out this storm here. Juliet said, "Thank you, Brent. You're very welcome." Very welcome. If you have any other questions, let me know. So let's check out our velocity. Like I said, there may be a tiny bit of rotation there, and that just weakened in the latest scan. So, but I'm not really seeing too much rotation in the storm here. Let's check out our hail. See if there's really much hail. It looks like that hail threat has kind of went down a little bit in the recent frames. Maybe a little bit of smaller hail still going on near Maroneville here. So still about, it looks like 0.8 here, maybe near Evergreen, maybe getting up to an inch there. In Monroeville showed a little bit of an inch, maybe two. So there could be some quarter size hail with these. And then look at our wind gusts here with these storms. If we get that pulled up here, it always takes a minute or so. And there we are. And let's see here. We have about 60 mile per hour winds. Here, 61 I saw there. 62 mile per hour winds possible. Then, yeah, about 62 up there. Then the main line of storms we see about 50 mile per hour winds. So it looks like the cells out in front of this line are seem a lot stronger here. Maybe around 60 mile per hour winds and 1 inch hail being possible. So it looks like the main line is a little weaker than these cells out in front, according to what it shows. Then we have a new special weather statement for Mobile, getting close to Pensacola there. So it looks like we do have a special weather statement for Jackson. I believe that's Louisiana. Yeah, Louisiana. We have a special weather statement. That's basically a lower end severe thunderstorm warning here. So this storm still has 60 mile per hour winds, 1.5 inch hail here. Hasn't changed really since we last looked at the storm. Yeah, it looks like that hail kind of went down here, at least the reflectivity it looks like. Let's check out our hail. See if our hail went down too much. Okay, there it is. Looks like, yeah, our hail actually went down quite a bit since we last looked at this. We have maybe 0.8 here, but we don't quite have an inch of hail anymore here. Not even 2 inches of hail being detected anymore here. So we have less hail, so it means it's probably weakening here, this storm. Probably weakening here. Looks like it weakened quite a bit for it to go down all the way to 0.8 of an inch of hail, when it was about 2 inches of hail. About, what was it, 5 to 10 minutes ago we last looked at it. And then it shows 60 mile per hour wind gusts here. So I'm not quite seeing 70 mile per hour winds here with our gust potential. So we're seeing about maybe 60 mile per hour winds being possible. And I'll check the velocity to make sure that there isn't 70 mile per hour winds on this. Shows about close to 60 here. So there's about 60 mile per hour winds possible with this. And it looks like I don't know if they're going to issue a special weather statement or keep another severe thunderstorm warning for the wind. I guess we'll see in just a little bit. Unless if this is the special weather statement for that storm. So we see that warning just northwest here of New Orleans here has expired here. There's still that warning in Alabama. There's still a warning here in Louisiana. Let me check if we saw that warning here in Florida. That warning in Florida has expired here, according to what it shows. So that's good news. So we have this storm here in Louisiana, and then this storm over here in Alabama. Looks like we had quite a bit of reports here. Interesting. So we have these two storms we're watching. Probably in the stream close to probably 4:10 Central, 5:10 Eastern. We're not going to be live as long today as we were yesterday because most of the event is actually, we We've been through most of the event pretty much. There could still be some severe weather tonight, but the main event was pretty much earlier this morning, where we saw damaging winds up to 60 to 70 earlier. So it looks like, though, the threat is starting to go down here, some of these areas here. So this line of storms looked like it's weakening here. Maybe some of these cells could have about an inch of hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, but they're not too strong here. If we look at the hail, yeah, still about an inch here with these storms. If we look at the wind gusts, it showed about 60 mile-per-hour winds. Then that other storm that we looked at just a little bit ago looks like the wind gusts have went down too. So if we look here, we have about 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, so there's some damaging winds potentially with these cells out in front of that line. This weak line here. Out in front of this weak line, we see some stronger storms with some hail up to an inch with some of these, and then some 60-mile-per-hour winds. So, see that? And then did they expire this? They kept this one going still till 4:15. So that one's still going till then. So like I said, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat here. There should be only, I believe, 2 warnings still in effect here. Just 2, I believe. Yes, 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. These are for Alabama and Louisiana. Then we have a total of 15 special weather statements for Florida, Alabama, Mississippi. Okay, we just got updated to that severe thunderstorm warning. We'll look at that in a second. Louisiana here has special weather statements. Those are lower end, basically severe thunderstorm warnings that don't go off on your weather radio. They're for 40 to 50 mile-per-hour winds. Very small hail, less than an inch usually. So that's why they don't go off on your weather radio. Okay, though, we did get an update here to our warning. Still 1 inch hail, 60 mile-per-hour winds. And it's still till 4 o'clock here. It's moving east at 51 miles per hour. So, we'll have to watch that. So, Drew said, do you think tomorrow's severe weather threat will extend further east? Further east than just to Midwest because of the general finish. Almost really. Let me look at so tomorrow's risk here. According to what I'm seeing here, at least on NAM tomorrow. Okay, wait a minute. I'm checking it out here. I had the 060 of the NAM. So tomorrow, do I think it'll be extended a little more east? Let me see here. I'm looking at the models right now to see. Possibly, I think there may be a kind of threat of severe weather actually near Michigan, Ohio tomorrow. I don't think they're in the brisk severe weather, are they, for tomorrow? It looks like it showed a little bit of Cape will make it up to those areas for tomorrow. I think they could add a marginal risk maybe in there. And I think this may move just a little farther east. I don't think it'll move too much. At least according to the NAM 3K's latest run. I'll check the HRR here in a second. Let me check the HRRR. Check that one real quick. See what that shows. So it shows, it really doesn't show much in Ohio, but I think there's a possibility they could add something over there, and then I think there's a decent chance of severe weather. It looks like Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, and Missouri looks to be the best spot, and maybe up there in Wyoming, Montana. And South Dakota looks like those are the areas that would be the best chance of seeing severe weather tomorrow. At least to me, it looks like. Here, according to the models. Grace said, I saw my weather app that I might get some storms. Weather app. Let me see here. It looks like you may see some rain showers, maybe some storms tonight there, Grace. But nothing's expected to be severe, so you don't have to worry about that because we looked earlier. But yeah, it looks like maybe a few rain showers and storms maybe tonight. Yeah, later on tonight around 4. Then it clears out by later tomorrow, around 12 p.m. lunchtime basically. And then you may see another round of showers maybe. It looks to be more for northern Minnesota by 10 a.m. on Sunday, it looks like. So, you may see a few rain showers and thunderstorms, but they're not expected to be severe, Grace. At least right now. But if it does, you will have to watch. So do you think that be more storms of a mine, or will there be more isolated showers and thunderstorms? So I think it'll be scattered or isolated if you're asking. If you talk about the area for tomorrow, from the Kansas and Missouri, or Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, and Missouri, it looks to be possibly scattered. Actually, it kind of looks like, but we'll see what happens. Let me check our NAM 3K. Those storms tomorrow, they look, according to the NAM 3K, it looks mainly isolated. But for the HRRR, it shows a little more scattered, but probably not as strong. So, who do you think does better at your job tracking storms? You or Ryan Hall? Probably Ryan Hall, I'd say, probably does a better job than me, I'm sure. But I'll try my best here to track some storms here. But I'd definitely say probably Ryan Hall would do better. I don't have as many radar softwares as him. I don't have as many monitors. So I probably don't do as good of a job as him. But he does do a great job on streams, especially his storm chasing streams. I don't know how he does that, but he does a very great job. Let me see at these storms, see if anything's really changed too much. That doesn't look like too much changed here. Mean hail size, maybe an inch near Mooreville, just northeast there. Could be about an inch here. And then maybe some hail going on here around 0.8 here for some of these areas. And then our gust potential here with the storm here. So they, like I said, that I don't know if I said that, but they did continue the severe thunderstorm warning for Georgia, Evergreen, Beat Rice here. We're 60-mile-per-hour winds, a little bit of hail, and it looks like according to the radar around shows about getting close to 60-mile-per-hour winds. So we'll have to watch for around 60-mile-per-hour winds being possible here. I don't know if... Okay, no, they did not. I thought for a minute they issued a severe warning just south of here. Let's see, is there something for Florida? For some reason it shows that there's severe thunderstorm warning in Florida. I'm not seeing one. No, it doesn't look like it. So there's 60-mile-per-hour winds with the storm. Let's go check out the one in Louisiana. It's been a little while since we checked that one out. Do you think that tomorrow, talk more about early next week and tomorrow being a higher threat? He thinks Monday will be a higher threat, severe weather. Yeah, I don't think tomorrow will be too big of a risk, really. I think there's a risk still for some stronger storms tomorrow, but I don't think it'll be too big of a risk here. I think probably the better chance will be near Monday. So do I know YouTube West Channel NWW116? Yes, I do know him. I've watched him before here. Amy said, "This is so boring. There's not going to be any tornadoes, so just stop streaming." I probably will in just a little bit, but still 70-mile-per-hour winds is still a pretty big thing. Looks like though that storm has pretty much weakened with the 70-mile-per-hour winds though. Looks like a stronger storm may develop southeast of there. So I'll probably be ending the stream very soon. Here, like I said, probably in 9 minutes. Like I said, 4:10 I was gonna plan on ending it here. That's not too big a risk. Really, our main risk was earlier. I was busy doing stuff earlier. Had the driver's ed to do. So, we'll check out these storms one last time here probably. Well, one of the last times here. Because these look a little more stronger than the storm here in Louisiana. And yeah, the one for Florida now has been taken off Tornado HQ. So that means I get to switch it real quick. Okay, there we go. So we do have this storm. We're going to watch that. So here is our, well, we can't view the track according to what it's doing here. Why is it not showing up here? Okay, for some reason our radar is for some reason not or I don't know what else developing. For some reason it's not showing up here. Let me real quick go to this radar site and come back. I like to do this sometimes. Sometimes whenever it has a long day, it just does not want to work here for a minute. But this expires in 41 minutes, like I said, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and not much hail. Juliet said, "We appreciate the help." Well, you're very welcome. Hopefully it helps out here. I try my best here. Amy, please stop here in the chat. Unless I'm going to have to put you on timeout. Okay, for some reason our radar site is not working. Is it down or something? Okay, for some reason our radar site is not working. I don't know. Okay, we're going to just use the Montgomery one then. Okay, here we are. Now, let's look at see if it's changed very much, the mean hail size. So we have about, it looks like an inch here. So about an inch of hail with these storms here. We will have to watch those about 1.2 here, 1.1. Then about an inch here, heading toward it looks like maybe beet rice there. So we will have to watch that. We actually like the radar format. How I did it, I actually set up the watch. You know, like, you know, all the other streams like NWW, all that, they're using the regular WSV3 like format. I've actually changed the watch stuff to the yellow color because I like the yellow severe thunderstorm warnings, so I changed the warnings. Because, you know, severe thunderstorm warnings are usually yellow, at least on many different apps, so I'm used to looking at yellow severe thunderstorm warnings, but WSV3 has it as like a red color, so I changed it a long time ago. I like the color that I made it here. Had to do it manually though, so it took a lot of time to do, but I think it looks good, the warnings and stuff, so hopefully you guys like the yellow warnings. So it's not easy to do, but finally got it to work. But 65-mile-per-hour wind gusts are possible with these storms here, it shows. 61 near Georgia here. So you have to watch that closely. Maybe even up to 60-mile-per-hour winds heading toward beet rice there. So stay safe there and beet rice there. Let's stay safe. Okay. So I think this one is probably, they haven't expired that storm. I'm surprised they haven't, because it really isn't doing much anymore, really. So exactly, said Juliet. Yeah, I like the yellow color because it just makes it just. I've seen many weather apps have yellow warnings, so I just use yellow as severe thunderstorms, red as tornado warning. So had to change a lot of stuff. Actually, special weather statements are supposed to be yellow, but I changed it to an orange color. I couldn't decide because they added actually special weather statements sometime in the latest updates. Back whenever I got WSV3, so I didn't know they had special weather statements on here, but decided to put it to an orange color. I didn't know what to put it as, so because I thought green looked too weird, but I like the way that I laid it out. I actually did have a different thing for the Storm Prediction Center's layout here, but I changed it back to the normal one, the SPC's outlook. It used to be a little different here, and I changed it back to the regular SPC look. So, let's see. Any other questions here before I end it here? I'm going to be ending it here at 4:10. Because there's only one warning in effect right now. Just one severe warning. Terrain HQ, I think, adds the special weather statements or special marine warnings. So that's why it shows 11, but there's only actually 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. Yeah, the one in Louisiana and the one here in Alabama. The one in Louisiana I'm sure is going to expire here at 4:15. Don't think they're going to issue another one because it looked like it weakened. This storm, they may keep the severe thunderstorm warning probably on for a little while longer if those stay strong. Juliet says, makes sense to be yellow. Yeah, like I said, I like yellow because I'm used to it. Because all the, like back then, I used some sort of weather app that had watches as yellow. So that's why I decided to edit it here on WSV3 and change it to yellow. And then I'm used to severe thunderstorm warnings being yellow too. Because the app that I used back then, I think, was WeatherBug. I don't like WeatherBug anymore because the radar, but that I did use that back then, and I liked how it was yellow. So that's why I use yellow as severe thunderstorm watches, red as tornado watches. I could have used blue as severe thunderstorm watches because that's how they have it on the SPC website, but I just leave it as yellow. I don't like it being red because WSV3 was set to red. So I like the colors that I made the warnings and stuff. I know mine's a little different from other weather channels out there. Here on WSV3 it looks different from other people's. Part of the reason why, like I said, I edited some of the settings on the watches, warnings, all that stuff. I've changed here. So I've changed quite a bit. AC quit yesterday. Ooh. So rain will cool us off soon. Thanks. You're very welcome. Juliet, where were you at again? I don't remember. I could tell you what you were expecting there. Where were you at again? Didn't you say you were here in Montgomery? Yeah, you're in Montgomery, you said. So yeah, you are in Montgomery. You may see some of this rain here. And I heard this weekend, even here where I'm at, it's going to get very warm. Later this weekend, early next week, potentially up to 90 degrees, maybe getting close to 100. It's going to get very warm. Very, very warm. So yeah, Montgomery, yeah. So you're not going to see any severe weather unless these make it all the way up to your area, but you're not expecting any severe weather, so they don't look like they're going to quite make it up to your area. So look to mainly stay south of you. You're just going to have to worry about maybe some of this rain here if it doesn't dissipate. If it's that hot out there, it probably would just dissipate. That's how it would do probably for my area. If it was so hot outside we needed rain, rain would get so close and it would probably dissipate. just how our area works. We have like a dome over our area, it feels like. So, okay, I believe there's no other questions here. I think I'm going to call it here a stream. Because really, there is a few severe thunderstorm warnings, but this one, there's really nothing going on in. And then this severe thunderstorm warning, there is something going on here, but it's nothing too big so far. And it's our only severe thunderstorm warning really here to watch. But if you're in this warning, you do want to take it seriously. Just watch it very closely here. So, and, oh, okay, we just had to do actually severe thunderstorm warning 2 here. Whereas Florida, so if you're on that warning, stay safe there. Because there is now that new severe thunderstorm warning. But we're going to call it here. Have a good rest of your guys' night here. Hopefully have a good night, Juliet here, and Grace. And anyone else here who's in the stream, have a good night. And hopefully see y'all in the next one. I'm not planning on going live this weekend here, but next week I may go live. I don't know for sure though. I have a driving class here, and I don't know for sure if I'm going to be going live. And then the week after, like I said, I won't be able to stream at all that week. So if there's a big severe weather event that week, sadly I won't be able to stream. Not next week, the week after next week. I won't be able to stream that whole week because I'm going to be at my grandma's for a whole week. Having fun and swimming in the lake. So just to let you guys know ahead of time here what's coming up here. Next week I have class for driver's ed that only continues for 2 weeks here. 5 assignments a day, so that's why. Part of the reason why I wasn't live till now here when the storms are pretty much getting close to being over here. Not quite over yet, but still a risk here. So if you're in the risk, stay safe, have a way to get warnings, and have a good night, everyone, and stay safe.
Miles north of Wade. Movement was southeast at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, winds in excess of 40 miles per hour. Source, radar indicated. Impact, gusty winds could knock down trillions and blow around unsecured objects. Locations impacted include Midtown Mobile, Downtown Mobile, Richard, Tillman's Corner, Saraland, Bay Minette, Foley, Theodore, Chickasaw, Satsuma, Graham Bay, Robertsdale, Bayou La Battery, Creola, Dolphin Island, Loxley, Stockton, Magnolia Springs, Stapleton and Axis. If outdoors, consider seeking shelter inside a building. A severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time for southwestern Alabama and northwestern Florida. This is NOAA Weather Radio Station KEC 61 from Mobile, Alabama. We broadcast on a frequency of 162.55 megahertz from the Mobile, Pensacola National Weather Service. Here's your marine forecast. On the weather map, a weak stationary front north of the coast today will give way to high pressure building over the northern Gulf this weekend into early next week. A moderate westerly to southwesterly flow prevails through Sunday, occasionally becoming moderate to strong over the open Gulf waters. A light to moderate southwesterly flow follows for Monday and Tuesday. On North Mobile Bay, severe thunderstorm watch 343 in effect until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time this evening. For tonight, northwest winds 10 to 15 knots with gusts up to 20 knots, becoming west 5 to 10 knots late this evening and overnight. Waves 1 foot or less. Showers and thunderstorms likely early this evening, then a chance of showers and thunderstorms late this evening and overnight. For Saturday, west winds around 10 knots. Waves 1 foot or less. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the morning, then a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. For Saturday night, southwest winds 10 to 15 knots. Waves 1 foot or less.